Well, that sure was a strange series finale. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Video Cast here, recapping this afternoon's game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Washington Nationals as the Phillies defeat the Nationals by a final score of 12-6 as JT Realmuto gets his 100th career home run this afternoon. The third Philly in the past month to reach 100 career home runs. Now, guys, before getting into this video, please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please hit the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So, very strange series finale. The Phillies take 2 of 3 of the Nationals, and they always love to see that in this 3-game series. They win. Finally won a series. It's about time. We now sit 2 under 500 at 28-30, and unfortunately the Braves did defeat the Dodgers, but the Mets also, I tell you what, the Mets, I'm starting to wonder if they're legit or not, because they're having all these injuries and they just keep winning. I give them a lot of credit. They're not playing these, these bad opponents. I mean, they're playing a team like the Padres and they're playing well against them. But in this game, I tell you what, I mean, Brandon Kinsler just continues to struggle. Giving up those 3 earned runs. I mean, I just don't know what to say about him. I'm almost happy through the season. He doesn't pick it up. If he doesn't start, turn around his bad season, I think there's a good chance that he'll be designated for assignment. If he just doesn't start, I just don't know what's wrong with him. I really don't. I just he just doesn't look good. He just doesn't. There's no other way to say it. His stuff just isn't great. I mean, he's just leaving over the middle half of the plate. He's way off in his locations. He just doesn't look good. And to pick up the long scoring summary, I'll start in top of the 3rd inning. Juan Soto is batting with the bases loaded, goes the other way as he singles on a sharp ground ball to left field. Victor Robles comes around to score, and it's now 1-0 Washington. So Victor Robles, the speed of Victor Robles scores, and Juan Soto goes the other way there to get the Nats on the board first. So Vince Velasquez. He wasn't great today. Back-to-back starts. It wasn't as bad as his last start last Monday in Cincinnati, but still, I mean, not great from Vince Velasquez. And we all know he struggles to go deep, but I mean, this start just wasn't his best. And there's no question about that. His first 6 starts of the year, he's very good, but not so much this afternoon, especially last week in Cincinnati. That was just awful. Then at the top of the 4th inning, Victor Robles. A guy who's been really struggling this year. I mean, he gets on base a lot. He's an excellent defender. He does get on base a lot, but when it comes to hitting for our high average, that's just not part of his game. But he looked good here as he doubles on our sharp fly ball to right center field, right out towards the bullpen. Jordy Mercer comes around to score, and it's now 2-0 Nats. So Victor really just got the job done there. That ball was hit very well out there. And then Victor Robles breaks for 3rd, and then JT Realmuto throws down there, and the throw sails into left field, and that allowed Victor Robles to come around to score. A throwing error by JT, and we all know he hasn't been amazing, throwing out the runners this year. Arm definitely hasn't been as accurate. Everyone makes mistakes, but just cue up the organ music on that one. That was pretty bad. It's now 3-0 Nationals. Then in the bottom of the 4th inning, a great bottom of the 4th inning for the Phils. We just went off in this inning. Andrew McCutchen singles on a little blooper in the in the center field. It drops in front of Victor Robles, and JT Realmuto comes around and scores. The Phils now get on the board now a 3-1 ball game. So I tell you what, I mean, just a hit is a hit, right? I mean, it wasn't the prettiest hit, but we got the job done. And then Brad Miller, I mean, the Nationals did something that I hate, when the Phillies do this. They walk in a run as Brad Miller draws a walk, and Harper came around to score. It's now a 3-2 ball game, so now within just one run. And then make it back-to-back bases loaded walks is now Alec Bohm. And he bowed on this AB. There's no question about that, fouling off a lot of balls. And then he walks. And Rhys Hoskins comes around and scores. The Phils now tied at 3. I mean, take your walks. Take your walks. I mean, Kyle Finnegan, he looked horrible. He just really did. He looked absolutely terrible. I knew going into this game, Alton Vogt, he did exit due to injury. He got hit in the face. That looked horrible. I hope he's feeling all right. A lot of weird things happening today. And we have the home plate umpire leaving, hit in the face, and then he just, I don't know if he felt lightheaded, and then he just walks off. I mean, it was pretty much the whole game. I mean, most of the game was just 3 umpires. And the first base umpire had to come in and be behind the plate. Only 3 umpires for most of this afternoon's game. Then we have Austin Vogt. I mean, that was just a horrible injury. I mean, hopefully he's feeling all right. I mean, he might go on the IL after getting hit like that. I mean, that was really, really bad. I think I saw some blood on the towel. And then they had the net falling later in the ball game too. So I mean, just really, I mean, it was probably about half an hour this stoppage of game. It just was just so weird. And Ronald Torreyes, I don't know how in the world this happened. The Nationals just totally botched this. He hits pretty much just a routine ground ball to third base. And Starlin Cashler goes to second, and I don't even know how this even happened. But Alec Bohm was able to beat out the play at second, and Andrew McCutchen came around to score, and the Phillies now take a 4-3 lead. So the Nationals get nothing on that play. Absolutely just disgraceful. It sounds like something the Phillies would do. Then in the same inning, just make matters worse for the Nationals. Just another defensive blunder as Matt Joyce strikes out. It was a wild pitch by Kyle Finnegan. And Brad Miller with just a smart heads-up play. He comes around to score on that. Just a great play there. I mean, that is heads-up baseball. You could tell that Alex Avila had trouble getting to that. And then they would not be done. So Jubal El Torito, he signals on a ground ball the other way to left field, and Alec Bohm and Ronald Torreyes come around to score, and it's now a 7-3 ball game. So now a 4-run lead. I felt pretty good at this point. I don't think this is enough to win. I did think that. I'm like, we got to score more. We have to score more. But at this point in the ball game, I felt pretty good. I did. And then in the bottom of the 5th inning, Brad Miller. I mean, he absolutely demolished this baseball as he homers on a fly ball to right field. A 2-run shot also scores Andrew McCutchen in the upper deck there, and he just got all of that one, folks. There's no other way to put it. Now a 9-3 ball game. At that point, I pretty much knew it was over. But when Brandon Kinsler came in the top of the 6th inning, definitely scared me. And especially what he did is, as you take up the scoring in the top of the 6th, and Andrew Stevenson grounds out to second base. And Alex Avila comes around to score. It's now a 9-4 ball game. So now let's get one back. And then Trey Turner. I mean, luckily Brad Miller hit that home run there, because I was really just, imagine if he didn't. I mean, it would have been a 7-6 ball game at the end of this inning. Trey Turner singles on a sharp ground ball to left field. Victor Robles comes around to score. It's now a 9-5 ball game. So I tell you what, the Nationals, they were coming back in this inning. Brandon Kinsler just looked like he was serving up batting practice out there. This guy has been a total disappointment. This guy has really just bugged me. And then Juan Soto. I mean, he just missed a home run by a matter of a couple. I mean, that ball, it was in the deepest part of the ballpark. I mean, he had to get a couple more feet on that, but that was definitely close. As Dewar tried to make a leaping effort at the wall to no avail. That was Juan Soto's first triple of the year. And Bryce Harper, good job out of him for getting that ball in so quickly. Because the dude will just, he had trouble after, diving for the ball, jumping up for the ball, and then Harper made a very, very nice play there on that, the cover for Dubal Herrera, and he got the ball in fairly quickly, but the speedy Trey Turner came around to score easily, and it's now a 9-6 ball game. So it's a 3-run ball game right there. I mean, it's just like, now it's a 3-run ball game. It was a 6-run ball game, and now it's a 3-run ball game. So at that point, I was feeling so good going into the inning, and then typical of this bullpen, they just make it just so interesting all the time. And in the bottom of the 6th inning, JT Realmuto, he homers on a fly ball to right field, a towering shot that barely left the yard, but it is a home run nevertheless, right? I mean, a home run is a home run, and it scored Maton and Herrera, his 5th of the season and his 100th career home run. Congratulations to JT Realmuto for accomplishing that. The BCIB. I understand that Buster Posey's having a good year for the Giants, but I mean, what's his face? I mean, JT. I mean, he's much younger than Buster Posey, and he is the BCIB. I still got him. Over the past couple of years, JT has put up the better numbers. You cannot argue that. I mean, he's still the BCIB in my eyes. And I understand you could say there's a little bias here just because he's a Phil, but congratulations to JT. I mean, doing a little curtain call with the cowboy hat, the Oklahoma boy, right? I mean, you love to see that. It was off of Tanner Rainey. I said this earlier. I said, if we can just, get past, Austin Vogt and Wander Suaro, I think we have a good I think we have a good chance of winning this game. I went into this game predicting a win because I said, the only people that really concern me coming out of that bullpen are, Brad Hand, Austin Vogt, Wander Suaro. I mean, if you go and take a look at Kyle Finnegan and all these other guys, especially Tanner Rainey, who was very, very good for the Nats the past couple of years, but this year he just seems to he's horrible this year for the Nats. I mean, he's really been terrible. And he's in the Tanner Roark trade back in 2018. I mean, That was pretty much a steal for the Nationals with the Reds. Dewar with another 2-hit day today, driving into 2 runs. Had been now batting .273. His average just keeps getting up there. He's getting down to 280, 290 hitter. And I fully expect him to get there. JT Vito collecting the 2 hits, one of them being that big 3-run career home run number 100. Congrats to the BCIB, now batting .295. He's been a little hot recently. Bryce Harper only with the 1 hit, but it was hit pretty hard. A little infield single, also scoring the run. But unfortunately, he did strike out late into the ballgame. Took off his arm sleeve, the compression sleeve he wears on his one arm, and also took off his batting gloves and went old school for his last at bat ball game when he struck out. But Rhys Hoskins definitely cooled off, and we saw he got that blue hit yesterday. He goes 0 for 5 today. And there's no question he did cool off a little bit. But Andrew McCutchen, I mean, he said himself, I mean, he kills the Nationals. He really does. He has a lifetime 300 batting average against him, over 300 batting average. He kills the Nats. Another 2 hits today. I mean, with that monstrous 2-run home run he hit, the right field, that ball was just absolutely just destroyed. But you go down and take a look at Alec Boehm, another performance for him. He needs to, I don't know how many, it's just like it's like a record playing over and over, me saying he needs to get it going, he needs to get it going, he needs to get it going. I'm tired of saying that so much, but it's true though. He needs to get it going. It's just the same story with him. It's really just a shame. He just like, come on, man. I mean, like, it's time to get it going. It's time to get on a little run here. I mean, I understand he did score a run today, but I had a really impressive at bat though when he drew that base loaded walk and drove in that run since that was a base loaded walk. But I tell you what, he needs to get it going. He really needs to get it going. As you take a look at Vince Velasquez's start. 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Like I talked about, he needs to go deeper. He needs to start walking so many people. I understand he allowed 1 walk today, but he just seems to get to a lot of 3-ball counts. Even in starts past, he's walked a decent amount of guys. So he's not really the best in the walk department. I'm glad he didn't allow the long ball today. That's a problem for him. But Archie Bradley, a little bit of a shaky inning there. He's able to get out of it. You love to see that. And even, when Vince Velasquez after the Juan Soto RBS single, I mean, bases loaded, nobody out, and we were able to get out of it. I mean, that was a great inning out of Vince there after we had that RBS single Juan Soto. I mean, we're able to get out of that. That is awesome right there. I mean, that's really just great. That's good clutch right there. That's really that's clutch. But Brandon Kinsler, 2/3 of an inning, 3 earned runs with the 4 hits. I mean, an 8.5 ERA. I said this at the beginning. He's going to get DFA'd if he doesn't start, picking it up here. I mean, he was sent into a minor league contract. If he doesn't start turning his season around, he's going to get DFA'd. So he needs to turn around. But Sam Coonrad gets the win. He looked very, very good today. An inning and a third, 1 strike. Hopefully that little funk he was in is now behind him. I'm hoping that it is. And Hector Neris, why are we using Hector Neris? I understand he's activated today, but why are we using him in a 12-6 game? I'm not really sure. I mean, maybe just to get him some time in. A win is a win. I mean, we get a series win against this a struggling Nationals team who, they are just really crashing and burning. I mean, they just looked. I tell you what, the Nationals. I mean, I understand we're struggling a little bit too, but the Nationals, they look a lot worse than we do. The Nationals, they're really just not having the best of seasons. I think they're going to be sellers at the deadline. I talked about it before. GM and President Mike Rizzo of the Nats. I think he's probably going to make a trade. I think he's probably going to deal Scherzer at the deadline if this team, doesn't get it going soon. I think you're going to see a lot of those kind of. I mean, maybe Josh Harrison, somebody like that. I think Kyle Schwarber on the 1-year deal. I think you might see him go too. So if the Nats don't start picking it up, I tell you what, I mean, their window is definitely closing. I think it has closed. I think they're done. They have a lot of older players. I think losing Rendon too really hurt them. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section at Phillies House Stove Instagram. Check it out for Instagram. Call or text 267-225-3392. Email me, phillieshotstove@gmail.com. The day of tomorrow, begin a 3-game series against the Atlanta Braves, 7-5, 7-5, and then the 1-5. Drew Smiley, 4-5, 2-3 with a 5.98 ERA, going against Aaron Nola, 4-4 with a 3.84 ERA. The Phillies had a chance to have Aaron Nola go in this series, and they elected not to. So he said he's going to go on Tuesday. A week of rest, exactly. So he's at home. So hopefully he's good. I really am hoping for a good start out of Aaron Nola. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go, Phillies. I'll see you guys.